Hey everybody, Mr.K here, and gonna take you along on my next adventure. Okay, so it is winter time. It's December 30th, getting ready for New Year's, and I'm gonna give you a heads up on some of the projects I got going on. Got a wheel we're gonna rebuild, a couple other wheels we're gonna rebuild. I'm going to have some more videos on my 88 883, which we'll get together. And right now, I'm going to take my twin cam apart and we're going to check the chain tensioners because I thought I heard them clicking down in there. So I'm going to check the chain tensioners, probably going to put some cam bearings in it, adjustable push rods, and depending on my funding, I'm probably going to go with some S&S cams, lifters, maybe the updated oil pump and cam support plate if I can. And then we'll have to get a tuner for the fuel. So my first step in doing this is I'm going to take the exhaust off. As you can see, my garage is configured now for winter because the Mustang has to come in. I took a break on our panhead project. Once nicer weather gets here, we'll get back on that. So I started off with taking the muffler off. And then I'm going to get the crossover pipe off. And once the 2-in-1 pipe is off, we'll be able to access the cam chest cover. And we'll see what we're up against. All right, now I'm going to stop and then I'll bring you back when I get further. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I have the exhaust off, which is a good thing because I've noticed a couple things like this bracket, which is supposed to go up here, was broke. And I could have sworn I heard some exhaust chirping. Another thing that I found on this exhaust is the telltale crack of the rear pipe. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see about how easy it is to weld. It probably will crack again, I hope not, or what the budget entails. I wouldn't mind having a nice 2-in-1 thunder header. Well, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got the exhaust off and everything's there. Penn State's scored a touchdown in the Peach Bowl. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this cover off, see what our chain tensioners look like. All right, be right back. Also too, I want to mention that whenever you're getting ready to do any kind of work like this, is you get yourself a drain pan and make sure that it's super clean. That way, if you get any kind of metal shavings or anything like that, you're not guessing, hey, was that in there before or not? So that's just good advice there. Okay, we're back. Got the cam cover off. And the shoe tensioners don't really look too bad. And you can see that one back in there. And that one doesn't look real bad either. But that's the good news. But the bad news is when I start inspecting the oil that was in there, I'm starting to see, I don't know if you can see it in here, but I'm starting to see all these flakes of metal, and there's a bunch right there. Flakes, some little powdery flakes of metal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this apart, and I'm going to replace the cam bearings, the outer cam bearings and the inner ones. I'm going to inspect the lifters, the rollers, the cam lobes. I'm going to try see about getting a set of new cams. And I'm just going to go ahead, and I noticed also too that back in here, it's that rocker box is leaking pretty good amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pull the rocker boxes, fix the oil leak, the rocker box gaskets, inspect the rockers, and I'll have to, that way I won't have to cut my push rods to get them out of there. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'll keep taking you on this journey to see how we're doing. January 1st, the next day. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Okay, guys, we're back. And I tore off my rocker boxes. And I did find that this bolt on the rocker box was loose. And when you look back here on the lower rocker, you can actually see where it was leaking at that bolt, and it was allowing oil to come around and leak, and it soaked the head pretty good. So I'm glad I did that, and I'm going to get a top end gasket kit, and we're going to put that on. So that's not too big of a deal. Okay, but what I did find that's no good is I pulled my cam chest. My tensioners are good, like I said, but if we pull this and we start to look where the cam bearings are, you can see that it's starting to flake. All the metal's starting to flake off where that cam bearing is, and that's no good. That means these cams are toast. So I'm gonna have to get a new set of cams, which is a bummer. So I'm gonna go get some new cams. I'm going to get some new cam bearings, and I'll re-gasket everything. I can still use my stock push rods, and my cam plate and oil pump look pretty good. I'll clean everything up. So that's where we're at on Mr. K's Street Glide. Was clicking in the summer. Cam bearings, as usual. So that's a good update. We're going to fix the oil leak at the rocker boxes. So it needed to come apart. All right. So everybody have a good day.